In a segment dominated by old-school body-on-frame pickup trucks, the Honda Ridgeline stands alone as the only unibody midsize pickup on sale. While some are quick to dismiss the Ridgeline as nothing but an SUV with a bed at the back, those who are in the know are quick to point out that this Honda is one of the most comfortable and versatile vehicles money can buy. Honda is set to take their only pickup to the next level with a massive upgrade in 2025. And if you keep watching until the end, we're sure you'll be left saying it's almost unfair for the Ridgeline to be this good. All new design. Buckle up for a makeover, as the 2025 Honda Ridgeline is ditching its familiar and arguably dated look for a modern and sleek design that is sure to turn heads no matter where it goes. In 2025, the Ridgeline is finally ditching its 8-year-old design, as Honda will be taking inspiration from the recently refreshed Pilot's exterior with this refresh. So what can we expect with the new Ridgeline? For starters, the curvy and bulbous hood of the current generation will be replaced by a flatter, longer hood that cuts through the air like a hot knife through butter, making the Ridgeline more aerodynamic than it has ever been. On the sides, things are getting cleaned up with a minimalistic profile that keeps the look sharp. And even the rear will get a makeover with slimmer taillights and a tailgate that cuts back on the unnecessary clutter. Oh, and don't forget the new wheels and color options. In 2025, you'll have plenty of ways to personalize your Ridgeline. Though the Ridgeline has been on the skinny and sleek side of the camp for the past decade, we expect a more bulkier exterior for the 2025 Ridgeline to keep up with newly redesigned competitors like the new Toyota Tacoma and the Ford Ranger. This Honda might not be the most rugged competitor out there, but it makes up for things with its stylish silhouette. So while we might not see a dramatic transformation as we saw with this year's Tacoma, the 2025 Ridgeline is definitely shaping up to be a modern take on the still revolutionary concept of the unibody pickup truck. Performance improvements and a new hybrid powertrain. After years of falling behind the competition, Honda is finally mounting up a challenge in the powertrain department with the 2025 Ridgeline. While the current model's 3.5-liter V6 engine with 280 horsepower is reliable and smooth, no one can deny that it lacks the punch and fuel efficiency to compete with some newer rivals, like the hybridized iForce Max engine in the new Toyota Tacoma. This is the main reason why Honda will be giving the 2025 Ridgeline a slight power boost to keep it in the game. And although the exact numbers haven't been revealed yet, expect a nudge in horsepower to put it on par with its main rivals. But the bigger news lies in the transmission department. The current 9-speed unit has been a frustration for most Ridgeline drivers, with many pointing it out as the single weak point in an otherwise great powertrain. Thankfully, Honda has listened to these complaints and will replace it in 2025 with a more responsive and efficient 10-speed unit. This should translate to smoother gear changes and a more enjoyable driving experience. The most exciting addition, however, is the introduction of a hybrid powertrain option for the first time in the Ridgeline's history. The 2025 Ridgeline will borrow the 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine and 2 electric motor combination from the CR-V Hybrid, which delivers 204 horsepower. While not a speed demon, the hybrid Ridgeline will provide a smooth, quiet, and satisfying driving experience, perfect for those who prioritize efficiency without sacrificing capability. But the true star of the show will be the hybrid Ridgeline's fuel efficiency. You see, the current naturally aspirated Ridgeline manages 18 mpg in the city, 24 mpg on the highway, and a combined 21 mpg, which are decent numbers, but not class-leading. The hybrid model, however, is expected to blow those figures out of the water, getting 43 mpg in the city driving and 36 mpg on the highway. That's a significant improvement no matter which way you look at it, and this will make the Ridgeline a much more attractive option for eco-conscious truck buyers. This hybrid edition of the 2025 Ridgeline lineup puts it on par with its rivals, not just on power, but also on fuel efficiency. And for the first time in the model's history, it offers drivers a choice of picking between the familiar power and reliability of the V6 with a slight power bump, or the groundbreaking fuel economy of the all-new hybrid option. No matter what you prefer, the 2025 Ridgeline's powertrain is shaping up to be a compelling package and one of its main selling points. Interior updates. Get ready to wave goodbye to the dated interior of the current Ridgeline, as the 2025 model is about to be a spacious tech-filled upgrade. There will be a massive uptick in material quality compared to the current generation, with soft touch materials replacing the hard plastics that have drawn massive criticism over the past few years. This focus on comfort and build quality will extend to the seats, which are getting a refresh to provide even better support, which will come in handy on longer journeys. Undoubtedly, the most noticeable change with the 2025 Ridgeline compared to the outgoing model will be the huge leap forward in technology. The dated infotainment system will be thrown out the window, and in its place will be a sleek 9-inch touchscreen taking center stage. This new system will seamlessly integrate with your smartphone through Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can keep your favorite music, navigation, and calls at your fingertips. Bluetooth audio lets you stream music wirelessly, while the wireless charging pad will keep your smartphone topped up no matter where the road takes you. Speaking of screens, drivers of the Ridgeline will also be greeted by a brand new high-definition digital gauge cluster that displays all the important information and details at a glance in crisp and clear detail. The upgrades don't stop there though, as the 2025 Ridgeline is also set to be getting a premium audio system, perfect for those gearheads who also love to crank up the tunes on the road. Taking inspiration from the new Honda Pilot, the interior of the 2025 Ridgeline promises a more upmarket experience with improved attention to detail in every stitch and button. Speaking of buttons, get ready for a return to tactile climate controls, a welcome departure from the touchscreens that have become commonplace in recent years. Overall, it's safe to say that the 2025 Ridgeline's interior is set to be a major step in the right direction. It'll be a comfortable, tech-filled space that feels as good as it looks, finally taking the fight to the competition and making every drive a memorable experience. More capable than ever. While the unibody construction of the Ridgeline puts it at a slight disadvantage compared to its body-on-frame rivals, it still manages to impress on the capability front. This will remain true for 2025, as Honda's pickup truck will continue to offer some of the best towing and hauling figures in the game. While the current Ridgeline's maximum towing capacity tops out at 5,000 pounds, the hybrid engine in the upcoming model will unlock some additional pulling power. And when it comes to payload capacity, we expect the 2025 model to retain the same 1,600-pound figure, putting it on par with more popular rivals like the Chevy Colorado, cementing the Ridgeline's place as one of the most versatile pickup trucks at this price point. Despite lacking a ladder from underneath, the Ridgeline is more than capable of holding its own when going off-road. Honda promises that the 2025 model will bring some much-needed improvements to the Ridgeline's all-wheel drive and suspension systems, taking its capabilities to the next level. And with Toyota, Nissan, and Ford coming out with dedicated models of their midsize pickups in the forms of the Tacoma TRD Pro, Ranger Raptor, and the Frontier Pro 4X, don't be surprised if we see an all-out off-roading variant of the Ridgeline in 2025. Price and release date. Pickup truck prices have slowly crept up over the past few years, and this is why we expect the 2025 Ridgeline's MSRP to be slightly higher than the $39,750 it costs in 2024. Stepping up the trim level ladder will drive up the prices even more, with the mid-tier Ridgeline RTL costing about $43,000, while a Trail Sport will cost north of $45,000. The range-topping Black Edition will also return for 2025, and if you're expecting to get your hands on one, be prepared to part with over $47,000. Honda is set to announce the Ridgeline later this year, and don't be surprised when this pickup truck causes a stir in the midsize pickup truck segment when it debuts. The Ridgeline has always been a favorite for buyers on the hunt for a practical and reliable pickup truck, and we have zero doubts that this new generation will retain that unprecedented popularity and then some.